introducing myself as the leader of the opposition team standing by the motions, this house opposed awards and recognitions in the artistic and or creative fields. Me as the leader of the opposition team would deliver my arguments, but before I deliver my arguments, I would like to give several rebuttals to the preposition team. My rebuttals to the preposition team consist in three main ideas. The first, I heard that the preposition team had bring the statement, the art gets judged by someone who didn't even have an artwork. And we assume that didn't have an artwork here implies that the person who judged the art doesn't even have any competency to do something like judging the art. But first thing first, even though the person who being the judge doesn't have an artwork, they are expert in their fields. Why? Because first, they have enough knowledge and experience to be a judge, and to be a judge, they need to feel the standard. They've been through a lot of steps to be a judge. So that's also the reason why they cannot be easy to manipulate and get glorified, because they have their own standard, of course. And also, I heard the preposition team mentioning about the white dominations and the possibilities of the judge mentioning the skin tone and white dominations to the nominated artist. But mentioning again to the things I've explained before, the judges has their own standard. The skin tone, even though they are a white artist, it's not give any effects. It's not given insignificant effects to the standard of the judges themselves. The second argument is, I heard that the preposition team also bring the idea Grammy only existed because of the huge fans. And we, as the opposition team, disagree with that. Here's the reason. Just as the judges themselves, the Grammy, the awards, has their own standard itself. And with all of the standard for all the structures, it's not easy to manipulate the awards system. And in the awards show, there's not only a genre of music where everyone knows, where the majority knows the likes or what the people likes. I will give an example. Like in Grammys, there are above 80 categories in each music category. Just for a music, it's above 80. It consists for the most popular, most creative, most spectacular, and more of that. And the third argument, I heard that the preposition team bring the idea the majority, what majority like, would change the artist's persona, would change the art's value. But also, like the government said, as the artists have their own style, so as the majority does, they have their own standard to categorize which art is good, which art is bad, which art is suit their preferences, which art is better, which art is not suiting their preferences. They had something like that. And also, they had their own style to enjoy art performances. And like the artist who has the rights to choose their preferences, the audience also has the rights to have their own preferences. Wouldn't it be so unfair if only the artists who get the right to have their preferences while the audience doesn't have the rights to have their own preferences? And here's all of my rebuttals. Here it comes my argument. My argument consists in two main ideas. The first, the importance of awards and recognitions through artists. The first, with the awards and recognitions, the small artists could get more recognitions with being nominated in the big awards. For the example, Olivia Rodrigo. Before her big hit in her first album, Sour, we didn't even know who is she? Like something like that. But after her big hit, with the album Sour, we started to know her, we recognized her, and that's the value of the awards show itself. The second proof is the movie Parasites. The movie Parasites, before of the booming of that movie, most of the Western people looking down at Asian movies, like Asian movies doesn't even could compete with the Western movies. But after the booming of the Parasite, the Asian movies gets more recognitions. And with awards, it's kind of similar with the previous arguments, but with awards, more people would recognize the new fields of art. For the example, if before you watching an awards show, you only listen to the pop music, but after you look at the awards nomination and you found a jazz artist and you started to trying to listen to jazz artists and you like that, it's also bringing a new field of your perspective, bringing the new field of your art preferences that thanks to the awards shows. And the third one is the public value of the award shows. The term award itself is a fancy term we most likely to worship more. Like, if we had to compare, if there is a music that's only being booming on the social media, we had the tend to just skip it. But when it comes to an award nominations, we could recognize it more than in the social media because of the value the awards had. And the second argument is, in every field, in this world, in every field, in art, in every field of everything, the competition and the term awards itself cannot be erased. The term awards cannot be erased because the competition could make an artist even motivated more to improve their style. They could elaborate with the other artists who has the same genre as them, who has the same field as them, and it's better for them. They could do a self-evaluation to be better than before. And the second, with them being nominated themselves, they are proud enough. They are obviously being proud. They're happy of themselves and their artwork also. And it makes them even celebrate it more, even thinking that I'm worth than I think. And it's good for the artist. So that's all of my arguments. That's why we, the opposition team, oppose the motions. The opposition teams believe that awards and recognition in the artistic and or creative fields is good for the artist. Thank you.